All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakan Kwadash. Double honors to the elders, GMS Ruel, peace, salutation, select Akim in the four corners, pushing the truth and sincerity. Peace be unto you. Now, I want to do this video lesson about accountability. Accountability. It's man, it's an important topic. Uh, it was meditating on this. I was meditating on this today. So I told myself I was going to do a video later on today about it, and I said, "Hey, let me do it." And important is accountability. It's here we are of the hopefully elect, and the Most High has us in this truth. And that word, the truth, it can't be emphasized enough. We are in the truth. This is the truth. And as a person that's in the truth, you should be able to handle the truth. You should be able to handle the truth, even worldly things, any worldly truths that you might not even like. Hey, you might not. There might be an article that says that the Straits of Hormuz is being opened up tomorrow, and you hate it. I hate it, but if it's the truth, it's the truth. You know, so you should be able to handle the truth, and accountability is a big part about handling the truth. All of this, this truth ain't just precepts. We are in this truth. We are supposed to walk in truth. If you have done something wrong, hey, bro, man up to it. Pretending like something didn't happen or glossing over it is, I promise you, it's not going to make your relationships with and your perception better. It's just not. This should be Matthew chapter 5 and verse, or is it at 4? Matthew chapter 5. One second. Found it. Matthew 5 and verse 21. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, Thou shalt not kill, and whosoever shall kill shall be in danger of the judgment. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Raka, shall be in danger of the council. But whosoever shall say, Thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire. Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, and there rememberest that thy brother have aught against thee, leave there thy gift before the altar, and go thy way. First be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift. So be reconciled with your brother. If you have some issues that need to be reconciled, you got to reconcile that before you put a gift up. You throwing prayers up, and you wondering why they not get answered. Because the thing, remember, you got to. It comes down to memory. It's, Jake has a Jake can remember when he's offended, but Jake has a hard time remember when he's been the one to give the offense. And that requires, and it's hard to do that because it requires you to take accountability. Oh yeah, I did do that. Damn, I messed up. Damn, I was the reason why the brother was late to his job interview and he wasn't able to get it. Or damn, I didn't pay my half of the rent and or light bill and shit got cut off. Accountability Because women already suffer accountability. Do we want to be like women? 'Cause a lot of Jake is raised by single mothers, and that includes, brothers of the truth as well. Supposed to put off that old man. And there's a lot of things that you really got to take accountability of that you might not even think of. Circumstances, things that happen to you, you got to be accountable of. And I'm gonna use I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. I'm gonna say uh some stuff is your fault. You know, sometimes we can be in unfavorable circumstances, but there comes a certain time where that's your fault. And what do I mean by this? Let's say you are on uh let's say I'm trying to think of I don't want to use a worldly example, but I guess I might have to because it's the only thing that's coming up in mind. But let's say I uh let's say I'm a nigga in the world. I hate to even think like that. But let's just say I'm a nigga in the world, right? And I come up to you. Okay, maybe you can be a nigga in the world too, or I could just use or somebody else. I could use somebody else. All right, whatever. Let's say somebody comes up and takes a you at the top of a flight of stairs, and somebody takes their foot and Spartan kicks you down the flight of stairs. That's about, let's say, 10 steps, right? Now, the guy that kicked you, that's his fault. You don't got to take responsibility of that. That's his fault. However, next week, if I come back and you still at the bottom of those steps, nah, bro, that's your fault. That becomes now it's on you. The circumstances that you got put in, it ain't your fault. But the circumstances you continue to stay in, that is your fault. Because you made a conscious decision not to choose to get up, not to choose anything about it. So you got to take accountability of that as well. So, did you do anything to stop certain things or prevent certain things or to get better? Your house gets burned down. Maybe your kid left a match and your house got burned down, fired. Now, if you continue to be homeless, living in a car for the next 8 years, you can't you can't put that on that. There's a certain period where, all right, yeah, you might be homeless, you might be struggling, but at a certain point, you got to get up, and it's your responsibility to get up. If you have, if a brother offended you, all right, it's his job to reconcile. But if you still harping over the same shit, you got to take accountability and be like, man, I need to forgive, I need to forget, because I think I did a video about that. Forgetting is a big part of it, and I don't want to get too far off into forgetting, but if you are offended and you vow never to forget, then you going off. Cause you can tell some brothers who got just a terrible memory, but all of a sudden they can remember the time, the date when they were offended. It's almost as if motherfucker took a pencil and a notepad and wrote down, the date of the offense and how they were offended. You know, accountability. You got to take that of letting some shit go. You got to take accountability of how your actions and behavior affect the relationship with brothers. If you take this truth serious and try to become a better person, put off that old man, it ain't necessary to put you through some fiery trials. You know, the fiery trials to make us better, to get those impurities off of us. If you are a brother who does not struggle, let's say with let's see, some temptation. Let's say you don't struggle with women. You don't struggle with matter of fact, let me yeah, that's not a good example because that can be termed as struggle with getting women. Let's say you don't struggle with damn, trying to think of something not too damn evil. uh matter of fact, let me not even not think like that because we all got our own things. So just because something I'm not dealing with, another brother might be dealing with. But let's say you struggling with adultery, right? Or not say, let's say you don't struggle, have no problem with adultery. There's no need to for the Most High to put you through his fiery trials where women just throwing themselves at you constantly. You don't got that temptation. You don't got to be in that fiery trial. Let's say you a brother that has a lot of patience. Well, it's not necessary for Satan to test your patience. No, he's solid. He good. Yeah, we already put him through trials. Yeah, he conquered that shit. Cause what if Satan did Satan go and after Most High restored Job, go and test him again? All right, let me go fuck with him again. See how he did. Let me go take all this. No, you conquer that test. Ain't no need to go through that fiery trial again. But sometimes you don't got to go through the test. If you just progressively learn, especially from elder brothers, you might have learned a lesson without going through that fiery trial. And you don't even have to go through it because you took it at and you applied it. And like, all right, you know what? I see how the apostles say these women are. Don't trust these women. Don't give your all to them. I don't got to learn by mistake, so I don't got to go through that fiery trial. Because I'm telling you, fiery trials, sometimes they cost a lot of money too. You go through a fiery trial, and all of a sudden, sometimes these fiery trials don't just last for a moment. Sometimes these fiery trials going to last all the way to the kingdom. The scripture talks about you shall have trouble in the flesh if you have a woman. You're going to be dealing with that to the kingdom. A headache, a major headache. As a brother that don't have a woman, hey man, I can honestly say it's best if you don't have a woman. And just like the scriptures say, if you do have a woman, hey, don't leave her because of that. But don't if you don't have a woman, you ahead of the game. Because Isaiah 4:1 is right around the corner. But accountability, take it, look for it. You know, the more you that's a mark of a leader is taking accountability. You say, you tell a brother, I'm gonna pick you up for work tomorrow. If you are if you that guy, the brother shouldn't have to remind you. You should hold yourself accountable that I'm gonna make sure I'm up in time and stuff like that. That's holding yourself accountable. You see your brother misunderstood you. You examine yourself. Okay, did I say it off, or could I have said it better? Holding yourself accountable instead of simply just holding the brother accountable. Well, you know what I meant. Maybe the brother really didn't know what you mean. But if you hold yourself accountable, you be like, okay, and you apply it and go forward. There's so many ways to hold yourself accountable in this thing. You you let's say you see that a brother constantly is let's say you see a brother's constantly late to camp. Now, does that mean that you should be hold yourself accountable to remind him every single time? No, that's a little too crazy. You know, you can't help hold the brother's hand now. But there's certain stuff that you can little even smaller things you can take accountability of and take it upon yourself to do certain things. Like for instance, in a worldly example, all right, you have construction and let's say you can put down slow signs. But if you know, all right, well, if you put down slow, then people should start driving slow. But if you know that people don't start driving slow if they just see signs, but however, if they see an actual human being holding the sign and waving it, then they will. Then yeah, it's your responsibility. If you have a a flight of steps that go into your house, and if a step that's real weak, you know, and if you step on it, a brother fall through it, you're don't just think, oh, if I put a sign out there, brothers, no, and then if you constantly see brothers keep falling, then it's your responsibility to do a better reminder. Okay, let me call and tell you. Instead of like say, look, see, I sent a picture out there, brother, or as a sign. No. If you notice that brothers, are if that's not brothers ain't getting it, then it's your responsibility to make sure that okay, all right, that's how I'm gonna make sure that brothers are aware. I'm gonna call them. You know, I could probably make a part two to this, and I probably will do this another one sooner rather than later. But on that note, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Quadash. Double honors to Elders GMS well. Peace, salutations, and shalom.